Hello, family. Welcome to Gem Talks. This is Marcel, aka Gem, and thank you for taking the time to check out my podcast. Gem Talks is all about taking everyday life issues and challenges and just looking at it from a more empowering and motivating way. So stick around, guys. Keep checking in and let's keep talking about it. Hello, family, and welcome back to another episode with Gem Talks. Thank you again for taking the time to check us out on another episode. On today's episode, what I want to talk to you about is just your value, how you feel as an individual, and the things that we allow ourselves to go through in relationships. You know, one of the things that I dealt with heavily is that spirit of selfishness in relationship. And even though I know that and felt that, my person was being very selfish, I thought I had to take it. I thought I had to persevere through it. And one of the things you have to demand in a relationship, and I say demand because at the end of the day, you matter. How you feel matter. How you are being treated matters. And I think sometimes we can feel so bad about ourselves that we allow ourselves to endure certain things that we should not endure. Why? Because we don't hold ourselves in high esteem. We may think, like you may think that that person might be better than you, right? And so then you allow yourself to go through certain things, or you think you're not good enough. So you allow yourself to go through certain things that you shouldn't go through. When that person is really being selfish, they're not thinking about you. They're not thinking about what you need. They're not caring for your heart, and you keep excusing it. You keep excusing it. You keep throwing it aside, because what happened is you don't value yourself. You don't value yourself. So you think you have to take something, that whatever the person is giving you, you think you have to take it. And let me tell you, that is so far from the truth. That is so far from the truth. You are valuable. You matter. How you feel matter. And the person that you with should be valuing you, should care about your heart, should care about how you feel, what you think. In order to exist in a beautiful and healthy relationship, it takes two people caring about the other person, not browbeating you, not telling you what's wrong with you every opportunity they get, but esteeming you, right? Telling you what is good about you. Because after all, the Bible tells us about what to think about, right? What to think about. That also carries over about what we speak. The Bible says speak what we want and not, what we're seeing. And so we're supposed to be adding value to the person that we're with. And if you are existing in a relationship in which you are not being valued, in which that person is constantly telling you what is wrong with you, that is not a healthy relationship. And that is not a space for you to be in and for you to thrive in and to be the person that God created you to be. It took me a long time for me to understand. I thought you're just supposed to push through negative situation. And that is true to some degree. But there comes a point when you have to understand that you are being undervalued. Right? Are you being devalued? And you have to take ownership of that, because only you can teach someone how to treat you. Right? You have to take responsibility for the things that you have allowed. I have to take responsibility for the things that I have allowed. Right? And so for me, I just want to encourage those of you who are still existing in a relationship in which you're feeling unloved, but you're not saying anything about it. You're feeling undervalued, but you're not doing anything about it. You keep going on day in and day out, and you hoping for change, like I did. I thought if I just keep going on and keep pushing through, that things will change. No, change will happen when you make the changes. You have to actively participate in your life. And if things are not going right, if you are not being valued, if the person that you are existing with is consistently being selfish, then it is your responsibility to put the boundaries in place, and sometimes even having to remove yourself from that situation after you have prayed about it. Of course, allow God to lead you and tell you what he wants you to do, because at the end of the day, he knows everything about our lives and what he's walking you through and what he's growing you to. right? So you definitely want to value yourself more. It is something that I have not done. And today I speak to a lot of women. I get an opportunity to speak to a lot of women in the salon and just in passing, and just so many women that have been broken and disappointed and feeling undervalued and underappreciated. But we continue to just take it and just keep going on and going on because society tell us that we have to. Society tell us that, oh, you just got to pray and keep pushing through, and you keep praying and you keep pushing through and you keep hoping. And oftentimes you spend all this time blaming yourself for stuff that you're not even responsible for. Yes, there are some things that we are responsible for, and it's very important for you to take responsibility for you, because all of us have ills. All of us have challenges. All of us have things and areas that we have to grow in. But at the end of the day, if you are existing with someone that is constantly telling you how wrong you are, constantly highlighting the negatives about you, it is your responsibility to love yourself enough to say, no, I will not subject myself to this, right? You have a healthy conversation, right? You talk to the individual about it. But if they're continuing dishonoring you in that way, it is your responsibility to remove yourself from that situation. I did not know this. This is things that I have learned. This is after I have gone through the trials and the pain and the heartache and trying to understand what did I do? What happened? What's my errors, right? But now that I am at a place and I realize that I was existing in a space where the individual was being so selfish. And it's always what I want, what I need, what I feel. Whenever you're hearing the eyes, you need to understand that that is coming from a place of selfishness. Because unselfishness thinks about the other person. That's what the Bible tells us to do, right? Think about the others better than ourselves, right? That is how we're supposed to live, and not just in our relationship, but just in life in general. We're supposed to think about our others. We're supposed to care about others. And I get it that all of us are different, right? So how one person show care might be different than how the other another one show care. But at the end of the day, when you are existing in a relationship, and it is important that each person articulates what their needs are. And when that is articulated, it is for us to take it seriously. Because I know for me, at times, I definitely did not take it seriously. And my person did not take me seriously, right? We did not do what we were supposed to do. And it is your responsibility to demand the respect and the care that you need. No one is responsible for how you feel, how you choose to show up for yourself, how you choose to care about yourself, the boundaries you put in place to protect yourself. That is all on you. You can't change anybody. You can't fix anybody, but you definitely can be honest about where you are, what your needs are, and what you're willing to accept and what you're not willing to accept. And sometimes you have to walk away. And it's okay. It's okay. After you have done all that you know to do, but if what you have done does not involve God, then you haven't done all you know to do, right? Because God is the end all and the be all. He has to be in the center of it all. But after you have done everything you can with God, then you can walk away holding your head up high, knowing that you have done everything that you can. It is not okay to continually exist in a relationship that is just based in utter selfishness, and with no one willing to take responsibility and willing to get help to heal the relationship and to heal their personal self. Okay. So I just want to encourage you in that area, because that is something that I've dealt with. That is something I existed in a selfish relationship. And I didn't even understand how important it was for me to take authority over that thing, for me to be responsible for my own personal health and happiness. I didn't understand that. I thought I just had to keep taking stuff. Just keep pushing through. Just keep plugging through. Right? That's what we think we have to do. But at the end of the day, that is not always the right thing to do. Sometimes you have to just look at yourself and just admit, listen, I have done all that I know to do. I deserve better. And you make the decision to exit stage left. I wasn't able to do it, y'all. I wasn't able to do it at that time. But I see so many women who are hurt and broken because they existed in a selfish space. They gave of themselves, they gave of themselves, they gave of themselves until they are left with nothing. They're feeling void. They're feeling broken. They are just feeling lost. And they're left to pick up the pieces. Take responsibility for your life. It is your responsibility to protect your personal health, to protect your peace, to protect your sanity. It is your responsibility. And stop second guessing yourself. I spent a lifetime of second guessing myself. When I saw things that was selfish, I blamed myself. I tell myself I was overthinking it. And I did not hold my partner accountable. And that's on me. That's on me. It's not on him. It's on me. But a lesson have been learned. And so now I can go forward understanding that I deserve better and you deserve better. Better from yourself first. And then you can look to have better from the person that you are with. All right. I hope this blesses you. Value yourself. Do not allow yourself to exist in a relationship that is devaluing you. Protect your mental health. Protect your peace. Just know that God loves you. And no matter what you've been through, it's not over for you. You always can pick up the pieces and you can move forward. With God's help, all things are possible. All right. So you guys, until next time, let's keep talking about it. All right. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Leave me a comment or two if you need to. All right. Bye-bye.